Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for checking out this episode of Corey's Car Review. Today we're going to be talking about this 2024 Mazda Miata MX5. The Miata debuted in 1989, and from 89 to 97, Mazda sold over 228,000 units, and this is the successor to the Austin Healey Sprite Mark I. In 2000, the Miata was listed as the best-selling two-seater sports car in history, with a production of almost 532,000 units in 2000. Since its debut in '89, there's been over 1 million Miatas produced, and there's been 4 generations. The 250,000th Miata rolled out of the factory November 9th, 1992. The 500,000th Miata was February 8th, 1999. The 750,000th Miata rolled out in March 2004. The 800,000th rolled out in January 2007. The 900,000th unit rolled out in February 2011, and the 1 millionth Miata rolled out April 22nd, 2016. First generation, the NA, ran from 89 to 97. The second, the NB, ran from 98 to 2005. The third, the NC, ran from 2005 to 2015. This version is the 4th generation, the ND, which started in 2005 to present day. Some people call it the ND2, ND3 version because of the upgrades they've made with the steering box and the rear end. All these Miatas they're all rear-wheel drive. 2024, you got an upgraded steering rack. So you're probably not going to notice that difference from a 23 model to a 24. Another upgrade on the rear end was they upgraded the limited slip differential. So when you're slowing down in a corner, both of the tires will lock up to where you don't get, it doesn't want to slide the rear end back and forth. It still will, but with that upgrade they made, it just adds a little bit more traction. And then when you come out of the corner, because the wheels are locked up together more than they were in the previous years, that's why some people say this is now the ND3 version, because of those upgrades. The MX5 sports trim starts at $31,000. This is the RF Sports Club package, which the RF stands for retractable fastback. This package starts at $41,000. So new for 2024 are these adaptive headlights, which means at night when you move the steering wheel, the headlights will move with the steering wheel instead of being pointed straight forward. Something that I really don't agree with that Mazda did is they didn't make these louvers functional. They're just plastic. I wish they would have done that. This is actually your adaptive cruise control. On some of the sport models, you have the gloss black front splitter, and then when you move around to the sides, you also get the gloss black side skirt. This one doesn't have that. You do have the side marker lights. Some trims come with the 6-piston Brembo brakes and the BBS wheels. It's 17-inch all the way around, and all 4 wheels are the same. They're 205 45 17. Now, saying that, if you want to come to the back, what I wish Mazda would have done is there's plenty of room to add a wider tire on the back of this. So since this is rear-wheel drive, I think it would have been cool for Mazda to stagger the front and the back wheels and have a wider wheel in the back. That's just my personal opinion. So when you move around the back, you've got the dual exhaust tips here, and they're not shiny, they're not finished, they're just the raw exhaust. The shark fin, you got the shark fin antenna back here with your 3rd brake light, the backup camera, and there's also, let me unlock it if you want to see the key fob. It's just a regular key fob. It is pretty cool. It's got the icons there on the side, the buttons. You can either unlock it with this remote, or there's a button right underneath here. You push that and that actually pops open. There's not a lot of space back here in the trunk. We've got our bag, but that's all the trunk space. I think it's like 4.5 cubic feet. So we'll show you under the hood of this Miata. You're looking at an inline 4-cylinder, 181 horsepower, 151 1 pound-feet of torque. In a car that weighs a little under 2,400 pounds, this thing would be like driving a go-kart. One thing about this particular car, it's a 6-speed automatic. All these Miatas come with the standard is the 6-speed manual. You have to get the club version to get the 6-speed automatic. I am glad that this one is an automatic because I'm 6'3", 260 pounds with a size 13 shoe. There is no room in this. If this was a stick, I don't think there's any way I could drive it. But with it being an automatic, my feet are like that anyway. I think I'd have to take my shoes off if I was even going to attempt to drive this with a 6-speed. This will do 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds. And the fuel economy is rated at 26 in town, 34 on the highway. Mazda has said that the next version will more than likely be fully electric. So moving on to the interior, I really like that they've brought the body color into this door panel. That looks really nice, and the way they've got this leather stitching on the door panel and the interior trim is really nice. Something that's probably comical to you guys would be watching a guy my size gracefully trying to get in this. I'm going to attempt to get in it as best I can. This steering wheel, I do want to mention, it's telescoping and it's retractable. It is all the way in and all the way up, and my right foot is on the brake pedal and the steering wheel is rubbing my leg. So Miatas really aren't built for larger guys. If you're 5'5", 5'6", it's probably perfect. These are not equipped with a glove box. I'll show you these cup holders. That's kind of cool on these. They're removable. So you have a cup holder here. The other one is back here, which is very inconvenient if you need to get in it, but you can move it. It has a small little cubby hole back there. Probably not going to fit very much stuff. It does have a compartment here. You aren't even going to be able to fit a phone in there unless it's a flip phone, which I don't even know if eBay has any flip phones anymore. So new for 2024 is this 8.8-inch infotainment screen. It's not a touch screen. However, it is a touch screen if you're in Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. It's got the backup camera. It doesn't move with the steering wheel. I wish that it took up the whole camera. It is push button start. I do like these air conditioner vents. These are pretty cool looking. You've got your air conditioner controls, heated seats. They're not ventilated, they're not ventilated. You've got 2 USB-C ports right here. I really like on this club trim, I like the way this leather looks in these seats. They've got speakers that are built into the headrest. That's pretty cool. So right there on the left, you've got your temperature, your outside temperature, your mileage, which this is pretty much new, 933 miles. Your fuel tank. Then in the middle, you've got your tach. Right there on the right, your speedometer. And in the center icon, you've got your transmission selector. Right over here on the side, you've got all your traction control buttons. You've got the faux carbon fiber right here, which is okay. It would probably be better if it was actual carbon fiber, but that does look pretty good. You got your controls here on the steering wheel, your volume control, your hands-free, and then your cruise control. These seats are really pretty comfortable. I think there was enough room. They could have added more seat in this for bigger guys. But for the most part, the seat is actually pretty comfortable. My lats are actually hanging over these side bolsters. I wouldn't want to make a long road trip in this, but I mean, for a guy my size, it's not that bad. It's just the leg room and the feet room, and that's pretty much it. So we've got the top down on this RF version, this retractable fastback. The button for that is right here. You can operate that if you're under 6 miles an hour, which is pretty much, you put it in gear, take your foot off the brake, and you're barely rolling. There's probably no point of trying to do that, but you can do it at speeds under 6 mile an hour. But to close it, you just push it down. And what's cool is all this is electric, so when it folds in, the hook will actually hook in here electrically instead of you having to release it. And then when it's done, on the dash it says operation complete. And then to lower it again, you just push that button up and hold it, and then everything is done electronically. And that, I do like that. That is a cool feature, because most of the convertibles that I've been in, you have to, they're beeped and said operation complete. You have to release the hooks manually, and you have to fold it up for it to retract. I don't know if the convertible has a hook like that, or if the convertible is like this one. But let's hop in and we'll go take it for a spin. So one thing I mentioned is, I said originally they were 6-piston Brembo brakes. They're actually 4-piston Brembo brakes with the Bilstein shocks. Guys, thanks for checking out this video of this 24 Miata MX5. Some people say Miata is the only answer. Who knows? What are your thoughts? Make sure you hit that subscribe button, share these videos with all your friends, and we'll catch you next time.